All right, it's time for contestant comedian number 5 this evening. Let's give it up. He's got the best hair of everybody on the show. Gordon Gunlock, everybody.
So I know that I look like I go to a gym that has a buffet. Jesus Christ, you guys. You know I have feelings that I'm going to have to eat after this. But I'm not actually chubby. I'm just full of microplastics. There we go. So I just quit my job. I was working at the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Every boy's first wish is to touch a boob. And it was getting really awkward turning them down. I mean, it's not like I can say, it's okay, buddy, you'll live. Perfect. But after having worked there, I will say, I think we need to get rid of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Like, we need to stop glorifying childhood cancer. Right? It's like, you want to meet your heroes, kids? You want to achieve your dreams? Eat lead paint. Play in nuclear waste. Maybe then John Cena will call you back. Right? So now with all my new free time, I listen to a bunch of free streaming music services. You know, Pandora, Spotify, YouTube. And I get a ton of ads for companies that are selling wedding and engagement rings. And I will say that I think they're wasting their advertising budget. Right? Because I'm listening to these services for free because either I can afford $3.99 a month or I can't commit. One thing I do not like filling my free time with is talking about time travel. You know, if you talk to somebody about time travel, they're like, hey, would you go back in time and kill Hitler? Like, yeah, duh, of course. Curveball, would you go back in time and kill Hitler as a baby? Is that really my only option? I can't just take him and raise him right? What do you got to be afraid of? You think you could do a worse job than Hitler's parents? I tell you what, he's not going to art school. At 15, he is getting a job in retail. Those dreams are going to die, but those Jews are going to live. So, I really, really want to start my own cult. I do. Like, having my own cult sounds amazing. My first step is going to start a support group for people who just got out of a cult. Right? You know they're susceptible. Right? So I gotta say, I wish I had the level of confidence that people who ride bicycles have. Right? Like, I look at the road as a place where I have to do deadly chores. Can I survive a trip to the grocery store, weaving in between multi-ton, fast-moving machines on a hardtop? But they look at that same scenario and they think, what a perfect place to work out. Right? My calves are gonna get ripped. Like, if I had that level of confidence, I'd set up a Bowflex on a blind curve. And whenever anybody had to come around and swerve to miss me, I'd be like, yo, man, I'm blasting my traps here. Share the road. So, my parents are hippies. You probably could have guessed that if you looked at me and thought about it for a second. You know? And the weird thing about having hippies for parents is that you don't think of people who are living in tents as homeless. That just seems like a really responsible first apartment when you move somewhere new. Right? Like, because my parents are hippies, I actually did my first acid trip in utero. I mean, I'm not trying to narc on my mom, but it explains a few things. So my act of rebellion against my parents was going to college and not dropping out. I mean, I wanted to. Took me a bunch of extra time, and I haven't used that degree for anything, but I sure showed them! So my parents taught me that hitchhikers are kindred spirits and not potential serial killers. So if any of you have seen my parents or have any information about them, please come talk to me after the show. Thanks, guys. Please give it up for your host, Jeff Albright.
Keep it going, comedian number 5, Gordon Gunlock, everybody. Hell yeah.